So you can, as an individual, do it. But secondly, I looked under 208 and references how it pertains to the council in its activities, and unless or until you have an ordinance by the council, it has no force and effect from the standpoint of that. So, and those things are questionable in my mind. I'm only reciting what I read in the charter.
I understand, but I provided you a copy of 2.24.
I read
And
it.
so you all should be familiar with it. So even if you're not going to present it, I think it's irresponsible to be the city attorney and then we subpoena things and then he doesn't bring it forward. I think that's irresponsible. And that's not what the city attorney is supposed to be doing. If they're going to be the city attorney, then they have a right to bring these items up to us. I shouldn't have to get a private citizen to do that. No, that's not right. That's not appropriate. That being said, there were other subpoenas that I issued, and I will deal with them at a later date. Do we have any comments from the council? Any questions, gentlemen, about this matter? Do we have any public comments from the audience about this?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. You are?
Attorney Larry English.
Okay. And you want to make a comment about this, sir?
Yes, sir, I would.
Okay. I'm going to relax the 3-minute rule, but what is your purpose coming before this council?
I would like to address the issue that's before the legal committee as to whether or not Mayor Roy, in his capacity as mayor, violated the city charter as well as the rules of professional conduct. I would ask that the council would indulge me. I would like to make a brief presentation. I don't think it would be more than 5 minutes. And if anyone would like to ask me questions, I would be happy to. But I would ask that the council would give me those 5 minutes to make my presentation.
The chairman will recognize you, Mr. English. Please proceed.
I have prepared written comments because of the gravity of this issue, and I also have brought documents with me, Mr. Chairman. I would ask that at the end of my comments, my prepared statement and those documents be entered into the record.
Okay.
I would also ask that there are 2 documents that I am going to reference that I do not have, but I would ask that the council would indulge me so that I can supplement those in there.
Give me those documents. I will accept them to the record. I'm going to ask my secretary to go in the back.
And then I'm going to need them back.
Perfect.
Okay, that's fine. I will wait for the council to do what they need to do.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Before we start, let me let the fellas see the documents.
That's
Jordan,
fine.
take them in the back and make comments real quick. Yeah, thank you. Give us, you want to make a 5-minute recess?
Does he
Here,
top it up?
if I'm putting it all into the record, why don't you copy it all and I'll wait.
Thank you, Jordan.
I ask that you just keep them in, because lawyers get confused.
Yeah, take it back there. Miss Rose is back there. If she make copies, thank you. Okay. You want to proceed or you want to wait till
I need to wait, Mr. Chairman, and if there's some other matter y'all like to take up.
Just give us 2-3 minutes. I don't want to present any documents. That's the committee's opportunity to look at it. I gave them my word. I wouldn't presume. Okay.
should take a recess, Mr. Chair.
Okay. This time we're going to take a 5-minute recess. Legal's in recess. Thank you.
I can do the economic.
Resume legal committee, call the meeting to order. Mr. Goins and Mr. Silver be here in a minute, and all the rest of the councilmen are here. Let's see.
Goins is here.
Goins is here. Mr. Silver's in the back, and he should be here soon. Before I allow Mr. English to make a statement, I'm going to place in the record the subpoena letter from Mr. David K. Pugh, the letter of Mr. Samuel Sansing, the letter from Johnson Siebenacker, who represents Sansing, EMS, and so forth. Also, I'm going to place into the record the letter from Mr. Chuck Johnson dated November 25th, 2009, and the document I sent to him subpoenaing those records. I can put it into the record. Also, a letter from Mr. Crutchfield and a copy of 2.08 and 2.24. These documents will be admitted to the legal committee, and I will give them to Ms. Nance at the end of the process. We had a quick recess. Mr. English is here. Mr. English, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Shouldn't you swear him in like we did Kelvin?
He will swear me in.
Okay, raise your right hand, Mr. English. You solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony that you will give is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Is that satisfactory to you, Mr. Fowler?
I don't know, you did the other guy, figure y'all do it to you.
Well, I'll be consistent.
Good.
May I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Are you through, Mr. Fowler?
You,
You gonna let him proceed?
I didn't say a word.
Mr. Chairman and members of the City Council, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to address the legal committee. I start my remarks by acknowledging that I represent Attorney Bridgett Brown, who has filed suit against the City of Alexandria for the recovery of legal fees in the CLECO matter. I also want to acknowledge that Ms. Brown has filed a lawsuit against Mayor Jacques+Roy and City Attorney Charles Johnson for tortious interference of contract and defamation, again, in the CLECO matter. I make these acknowledgments because the pillar of effective legal representation are the client's right to a zealous advocate who is free of conflict of interest. Despite what has been said in this chamber by others, a lawyer has a duty to always disclose to his clients immediately when a conflict arises. Indeed, the lawyer has an obligation to immediately cease representation until the conflict has been resolved or the client with full knowledge of the conflict waives such conflict. These rules can be tough and sometimes seem unfair, but they are there to ensure the integrity of the legal advice provided by the legal counsel. These rules apply whether the lawyer is in private practice, work inside of a corporation, or has become an elected official. The facts in this matter are not in dispute. Mayor Roy, as a private lawyer, was intimately involved in the CLECO representation as a legal counsel to Sam Sansing and EMS. Mayor Roy represented EMS and Sam Sansing, consultants who claim a share of any funds awarded through the CLECO litigation. I offer a copy of Attorney Roy's motion to enroll in the litigation between EMS and CLECO into the record. I listened with interest as individuals in this chamber at the last meeting attempted to minimize Mr. Roy's involvement in the CLECO litigation by asserting that he only represented Mr. Sansing and not EMS. Thereby, he would not have been involved in the City of Alexandria versus CLECO litigation. The factual record simply does not support those statements. Mr. Roy met with City Attorney Kelvin on several occasions to discuss EMS representation. On April 4th, 2006, Roy participated in a meeting with then Chief of Staff Dolores Brewer, City Attorney Kelvin Sanders, in which EMS expressed concern about the city hiring KPMG as an independent auditor in the case. I offer into the record an April 11, 2006 letter from Attorney S.R. Siebenbacher, and I hope I pronounced that name right, to then Mayor Edward Randolph. The pertinent part reads, pursuant to EMS's contract with the City of Alexandria, and specifically Section 3, 6, 7, and 8, this confirms our meeting with you, your Chief of Staff, Mr. Lois Brewer, and your City Attorney in your conference room on April 4th, 2006. Also present were Jacques+Roy on behalf of his client, Mr. Samuel Sansing, who attended the meeting, as well as my law partner, Michael T. Johnson, and Mr. David Pugh. Confirming the substance of our meeting, EMS is very concerned that KPMG has been selected to be the alleged independent auditor concerning the utility item between Clico Corporation and the city of Alexandria. I believe this record is clear. Thank you. I believe this record is